she's one of the only women to act successfully.
Cut.
Oh, sorry.
Take two.
Good evening, everyone. As of today, she's one of the only women to act successfully in both Bollywood and Hollywood. My name is Priya, and I will be your tour guide through the story of the one and only Priyanka Chopra. कभी किसी को इतना भी मत डराओ कि डर ही खत्म हो जाए. A dialogue from one of her famous movies, Mary Khan. This means that one should not scare anyone so much that they don't even become scared anymore. It looks so flawless when she acts. No one sees the immense hours of work behind it, the countless times they run through the lines. Just as she once said, and I quote, "Most outsiders look at the film world as something glamorous, but no one sees the hard work that goes into it. I haven't taken a holiday in the last 4 years." End of quote. This means that all in all, acting is one of the hardest careers to succeed in. And one actress that does these things every single day is Priyanka Chopra. Our first stop on this tour will be her birth, family, and childhood. Her story begins on July 18, 1982. She was born in Bihar, India, to Ashok and Madhu Chopra. Her brother Siddharth is 7 years younger than her. Both of her parents were physicians in the Indian Army. Therefore, they had to move often. She's also cousins with actresses Parineeti, Meera, and Manara Chopra. At our next exhibit, we'll be taking a look at her education. Priyanka Chopra has had a very diverse education as a result of her family moving very often. She started out at Lamar Turner Girls' School in Lucknow and later went to school in the United States, specifically Newen High School in Massachusetts and JFK High School in New York. In the end, she completed her senior year of high school in the Army Public School in Bareilly, India. जो चीज किस्मत में नहीं होती, वो ढूंढने से भी नहीं मिलती. A dialogue from one of her famous movies, Gunde. This means that the things that are not meant to be in our destiny, as many times as we search for those things, we still won't find them. She initially aspired to study engineering or psychiatry, but it wasn't in her destiny, and she ended up becoming an actress. लोग पूरी तरह से तब अकेले हो जाते हैं जब अपना ही साथ छूट जाता है. A dialogue from one of her movies, Fashion. This means that the only way you can become alone is when you lose yourself. Our next stop will reveal Priyanka's youth life. As you can imagine, Priyanka Chopra was multi-talented from the start. During her stay in the US, she was trained in Kathak, classical music, acting, and choral singing. While she was in the US, her mom sent in photos of her to the Miss India contest. Upon returning to India, she competed in the beauty pageant and won the prestigious title of Miss India. Afterwards, she went on to compete for Miss World and also won the prestigious title of Miss World 2000. At our next stop, we'll be taking a look at something that Priyanka is most known for, her work. Her acting career started in 2002, and her first major film was Andaz in 2003. In 2004, she appeared in India's third highest grossing film of the year, Mujhse Shaadi Karogi, and a negative role in the movie Aitraz. In 2006, she appeared in famous films Krish and Dom. Then, in 2008, her acting in the movie Fashion was critically acclaimed. She played 12 challenging roles representative of 12 zodiac signs in the 2009 romantic comedy What's Your Rashi. Both Don 2 and Sat Kunmaf were successes for Chopra in 2011. In 2012, she took on a very brave role to play an autistic character in the movie Barfi. She acted in Krish 3 in 2013, which was also commercially successful. A year later, in 2014, she appeared in the movie Mary Khan, which is an inspiring tale about one of India's legendary female boxers. Not only has Priyanka Chopra worked in Bollywood, but she's also worked in Hollywood, which is our next stop. In 2013, she voiced a character in Disney's plays. Then, in 2015, she starred in ABC's television pilot, Quantico, as an FBI recruit, Alex Parrish. She's also starring in the 2017 movie Baywatch, alongside Zac Efron and Dwayne Johnson. As of right now, Priyanka Chopra has acted in roughly 50+ movies. In regard to her personal life, Priyanka is currently unmarried and does not have any children. Everyone makes mistakes, and Priyanka is no exception. One of her mistakes includes agreeing to act in low-performing movies, such as Love Story 2050 and Barsa. She did not realize that she was not the best-suited actress for those roles. Additionally, she chose to act in the movie Tere Meri Kahani based on who the co-stars were, instead of the story and the role. Lastly, due to her early success at Miss World, Priyanka did not attend college to pursue her initial dream of becoming an engineer, or just going to college in general. Here's a great quote by Priyanka Chopra, and I quote, "I think it's great to be flawed. I am hugely flawed, and I like it this way. That's the fun of life. You fall, get up, make mistakes, learn from them, be human, and be you." End of quote. This means that it is okay to make mistakes because it is a great learning experience, and essentially it is just a part of life. You would have faced criticism at some point in your life, and being an actress, Priyanka did too. Back home in India, she's been facing a lot of criticism for her recent role in a Bhojpuri movie named Bum Bum Bo Raha Hai Kashi. The film did not receive favorable responses from many veterans of the Bhojpuri cinema, who criticized the film as extremely obscene. Also, when she was younger and studying in the US, Priyanka's classmates would often criticize her on her white marks, of the white marks on her legs and her skin color. Sadly, rejection is something that we all have to deal with, and Priyanka did as well. In 2012, Priyanka Chopra's movie Barfi won several awards and nominations all across India. She was hoping to make it to the Oscar Awards. The rejection of its nomination left Priyanka heartbroken. But because of this, she did learn that no movie can win every award. Now, one of my favorite stops, Priyanka Chopra's outstanding achievements. Besides the fact that she's a self-made actor, because her parents aren't actors, so she made a name for herself in both Bollywood and Hollywood. She's the first ever South Asian woman to headline an American network series, Quantico. Also, with fame comes a lot of money. One can choose to do something meaningful with it or spend it on themselves. She decided to do something meaningful and created the Priyanka Chopra Foundation for Health and Education, which supports many underprivileged children. She also donates 10% of her income to the foundation and to fund medical and operational expenses for 70 children in India. Also, she has worked with UNICEF since 2008, which stands for United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, and was appointed as a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador for Child Rights in 2010. Additionally, India's Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, selected Chopra as one of the 9 national representatives for Swachh Bharat Abhiyan government cleanliness campaign. Priyanka Chopra has won more than 50 awards in her career, from Youth Life to present day. But today, I'm just going to name a few for you. She has received both the Miss India and Miss World titles. Also, she has received 5 Filmfare Awards, 6 IFA Awards, 8 Screen Awards, 1 MTV Europe Music Award, and 1 People's Choice Award. She has also received the Padma Shri Award from the Indian government in 2016 for her charitable efforts, when she worked with UNICEF and started her own foundation. Now, you're probably wondering, why did I choose Priyanka Chopra? Well, I chose her because she's an amazing actress, and I love watching her movies. But the driving factor that made me choose her is the fact that she is not afraid to step out of her comfort zone. Has anyone here been afraid to step out of their comfort zone? Priyanka was too, but she did it, and it got her to where she is today. Coming to the US to study and then acting here is a huge deal and takes a lot of courage, and Priyanka did it. Also, every time she gets criticized, she does not get upset. Instead, she takes that criticism and proves those critics wrong by working hard and not giving up. Before I conclude my speech, I'd like to play a fun little trivia game with the audience. So I'm going to say 2 dialogues from 2 of her famous movies, and you have to guess the movie name. If you guess it correctly, you will win this prize. You'll win a prize. So, the first dialogue is, Hamesha full focus, dhyan gaya to na gaya. Can anyone guess what movie name this is? Yes. Yes, that's correct. You'll win this prize after my speech. The second dialogue is, आप हमसे हमारी जिंदगी मांग लेते, हम आपको खुशी खुशी दे देते, पर आपने तो हमसे हमारा गुरूर छीन लिया. Can anyone guess what movie this dialogue is from? Yes. Yes, that's correct. I have learned numerous life skills from confidence class. First, not only have I improved in public speaking, but through Vidyanti's class, I've also found out that I love being up on the stage and speaking. Next, I've been taught to think of criticism as if it is feedback, and to always take it positively. And lastly, and most importantly, I learned that my confidence in any activity should not be based solely on the end results. First, I'd like to thank the Honorable Judge, Ms. Rubin, for taking time out of her busy schedule to come out here today and judge our speeches. Next, I'd like to thank Vidyanti for always teaching me to believe in myself 200% and for being a great teacher. Thirdly, I'd like to thank my family, friends, and mentor for always encouraging and supporting me throughout this journey, and for listening to my speech countless times. And lastly, but definitely not least, I would like to thank you, the audience, for coming out here today to listen to our speeches. Your presence has made this event even more memorable. That's a wrap, everyone. My favorite movie was Mary Calm because it's such an inspiring tale, and she actually underwent 4 months of physical training to prepare for the role, which I think takes a lot of dedication, so yeah.